Hey guys, welcome back to Embraced by Life. I'm your host Lisa, sharing with you our early retirement journey for myself, my husband Frank, and our dog Buddy. Please give us a like and comment. We enjoy answering any questions that you have, and continue to watch. So today I'm going to talk about early retirement and planning for early retirement and what we feel are the most important things when you plan to early retire. Now, this is based off some videos that we watched many years ago as we were gearing up for early retirement. So one of the first things you want to do is make sure you can save as much as you possibly can. We were not big spenders ever. We were always looking to save as much money as we could as we worked very hard and as we sold and renovated some properties that we had. That was always our goal. But in watching some videos about early retirement, one of the key things that we took away was when you early retire, you want to make sure that you can early retire to the comfort level that you had before you retired. So that's one of the things that we're trying to accomplish here as we're early retiring, and something that we had in mind as we were planning to early retire. We always knew that we didn't want to live in an apartment. We always knew that we wanted to live in a comfortable place for us. And for comfort for us, that means having something like a townhome with 2 floors, or a multi-story home. It doesn't have to be too big, at least 2 bedrooms. Multi-story is kind of nice because you get some separate space, and you have more availability to just relax and enjoy yourself, especially when it's raining like it does here in the winter time in Spain. So that was a big thing for us, is we wanted to retire to the level of comfort that we want. We don't want to sacrifice comfort for stopping work early. So that's why it took us a little bit longer to save up and gear up for retiring. And certainly the cost of living here in Spain is a lot less than in New Jersey, so that's why we're here, and we just love Spain. And we spent quite a few years scouting out all the different areas in Spain and figuring out where we wanted to live, and that's where we landed here in Benalmádena. So we know where we want to be, and that's kind of the second thing that we took away from our early retirement journey as we were looking to retire, is you want a place to retire to. So we took that to the point of finding the place that we wanted to retire to, but we didn't take it to the point of having a place to retire to. So if you can afford to do that before you retire, my biggest piece of advice is find that place, specifically the home or apartment that you want to retire to, so that you're not like us, stuck here wanting to stay and not being able to find the perfect place for us. As we're kind of getting down to the wire, we've got another month or so before we decide what we're going to do next if we can't find a comfortable home. We are very hopeful we will, but that's the second piece of advice that we always latch on to, is to have a place to retire to, which we really believed we found, but just not specifically an actual place to live. So if you can afford to, try to buy something before you retire, maybe vacation there a few times a year, rent it out in the meantime, and then have an actual home to retire to is ideal. For many folks though, you need to sell your existing home in order to buy the next home. So it's not always a possibility for everybody. And it was actually never in our train of thought that we wouldn't find a place to live or to buy. We were very hopeful, as we have been here a few times, and actually met with our real estate agent on the ground here before we retired, and we were all very confident and hopeful we'd find a place. I don't think we're being too picky. I think it's just the time of year the market's kind of on hold a little bit, so we're hoping that more properties open up. We did take a look at a few more properties that are available, but they're just not as close to the city center or to the beach area that we want to be. We want to be able to come out of our home and walk to some stores and shops if we wish to. Even a 10-15 minute walk would be great. Or just where there's a bit of life, versus being up in the mountain secluded and having to take your car everywhere. I love to walk to the shops. I love to walk to get groceries, and I don't mind carrying them back. We'll do a big haul of groceries with our car a few times a month, but besides that, I just love getting out. So for us, that's a comfort that we want, and we don't want to be held up in a place where we have to drive everywhere. So that's part of our retirement plan, is to find a place where we can step out and within 10-15 minutes be in a main street with some stores and restaurants and shopping and things like that. So we are going to continue this journey. But yeah, as you're looking to retire and planning it, think about retiring to a comfort level that you want, and then also retiring to a place that you've already chosen, whether it's a location or an actual home in that location, preferably. That would be ideal. So if we could go back and rewind and we could have afforded to buy a place early, we would have done that already. So just wanted to share those thoughts with you all. As you're looking for property here in Spain, I will say that you want to make sure you get both air conditioning and heat. It does tend to get very cold in the winter, a lot of humidity. So you want to have some heat, you want to have air conditioning. As you're looking to come and rent and scope out places, make sure that your rental has air conditioning, make sure that your rental has heat, make sure that your rental has a smart TV. Luckily we brought a Fire Stick. This rental that we're in right now doesn't have a smart TV, so that's another thing that you want to make sure that you have. And yeah, we are still pressing on. I'll keep you updated, but just wanted to share those thoughts, which we keep coming back to as we're here trying to solidify our early retirement. Okay, keep embracing life. Give us a like, give us some comment, and we'll see you soon. Thanks. Bye.